to another edition of Misery Zone. The misery is abundant, so I thought I'd look at some Chris Ware and his new Acme Novelty Datebook Volume 3, and just look how gorgeous this book is. Like, just by design. The graphic design is just truly incredible. Look at that. So classy. Put this on my shelves and be proud of it, you know? And I guess he's writing out like different, things he experienced during these different time periods. Like, what is this, 1975? Wife Marnie, age 37, confirms positive pregnancy. That was in 2004, 1975. New notebook, Monday, September 1st, 1975. New notebook and pencils briefly inculcate sense of optimism for new school year. Proves false. Yeah, so great. So yeah, it's a real interesting and beautiful book. And what I didn't expect was there was a lot of comics in this. And what's real interesting, for most of Chris Ware's comics, he is known for having like this really clean line. In fact, when I first saw Acme Novelty Library, like the single issues, I thought it was a digital comic because it was so pristine and precise. But with his sketchbook, he's adding a wobble to those lines, and I really, really like it. I think it's really, I get really excited when I see, evolutions like this. And this might just be because it's, he's actually just doing this in his sketchbook. Like, look how, like, perfect that lettering is. Just gorgeous. And again, this is like in his sketchbook, and this is one of the other things that I really liked. You see the ink bleeding through that paper, so it's scanned from his probably moleskin notebook. Then you see like there, So I think that's just so cool. I really, really like that. So this is, a lot of comics in a variety of, like classic cartooning styles, mainly focusing on his daughter and his family, but primarily focusing on his daughter. Like, here's a really cute cartoon. So it's like Clara's fashion statement. Meh? Ding! She puts her shirt on her pants, then walks around. And then she says, Daddy, pictures are for seeing inside the people's brains so you can make sure they're not lying. Really, really cute stuff. And really sentimental and kind of, like it is a date book, a memoir of like different experiences he's had like throughout his life. This is him like going through summer 1987, talking with his grandmother. And he also has these just amazingly beautiful like pen and ink drawings. Like, look how gorgeous that lighting is there and that tree. Some of these remind me of Paul Madonna's, like All Over Coffee, and this is actually from SF, and I wonder if he actually met up with Paul Madonna in SF to talk art and drawing. But this is like downtown Chinatown. He did a excellent job. inking that. So it's really impressive to see him, you know, do these studies, these pen and ink studies. Like that's it, and just focusing on how to crosshatch light. This guy feels like some character that would be in like a cop show. I don't know who he is. What does it say? Oh, I can't. Oh, it says something. So let's see. Let me read what it says here. I nursed more resentments than my circumstances justified and didn't always channel those resentments in particular constructive ways. Barack Obama. Oh, whatever. All of this glitz and glamour surrounds the film industry because people are attracted by people who can make others do their bidding. Ugh, that's dark. Yeah. This guy. I think this is an architect. But yeah, he has like these real tiny comics here. What was exciting about this was the fact that this book, not only, you know, beautiful, you know, artifact and collection of beautiful illustrations and designs in and of itself, and also looks like it's building stories, like some thinking out like how building stories. So like seeing his sketches of how that project would work narratively. Exciting, but it's also a comic book. It's like a comic book primarily about Clara, his relationship with his daughter. And look how gorgeous that is. Like that's all. It looks like it's done with marker, but oh man, I just so impressed with it. And again, another beautiful pen and ink illustration. Oh, jeez. But it's also, he has his, you know, which is typical, at least I relate to this, although I'm not even close to being as good as this asshole. I mean, I'm not supposed to curse in this video, so. I meant this fluffer. If you watch my previous videos to understand what that means. God, why does it look so boring? You know, just his ridicule of himself is honestly a pleasure. As someone who's trying to be an artist, to see someone this good also suffer makes me feel like maybe I'm on the right track, because I too suffer. Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, so a little family circus, Chris Ware style. Ear hair. So it says, Daddy, did Mommy know what you looked like when she married you? Oh man. I always struggle with like scenes like this. It's just, I get so caught up in finding the perspective points, and I always tend to draw things off perspective, and I think like I just need to accept it and leave it, because but this is just perfect and a great focal point. I assume that's a focal point. Some great watercolor. I still really want to, you know, work with some watercolor. That's my goal for this next year, along with finishing Death of Power. Alright, embarrassed. I'll read this. Embarrassed. Is this okay here, honey? Yeah, no, little farther up, past the corner, yeah, up there. And? Okay, well, have a good day then. Love you. That was the kiss. That was a kiss sound. Kid walks away. So again, more Clara, and these like little snippets of Clara's life really did make me think like of Gasoline Alley, and look at that Popeye. Look at that Popeye. That's a good Popeye. Good Popeye, Chris Ware. beautiful watercolor. But yeah, no, it must have been on his mind of connecting to the Sundays, and I'm sure. I mean, he did do a Teen Spirit. This is his, when he was a teenager. There's a lot of the really fun stuff about when Chris Ware was a teenager too. Again, just these gorgeous ink drawings and illustrations. I wonder, is he using a Copic marker for this? Or, because this is in a notebook, it must be Copic marker. Or does he have a traveling watercolor set? It's a combination, right? It has to be. That. But yeah, I do love this sketchy, almost like Charles Schultz line that he has. Dealing with COVID. This part starts dealing with COVID. Earman's going to be his next big graphic novel franchise film. That's also part of it. Sugar Crisp is going to be tied in. It's a big 3D movie extravaganza. Ripping off Robert Crumb. And look at that guy. That's awesome. No. I love that. Just some real beautiful studies in this book. And some really great cartoons that cover, the early life of his daughter, which did make me think of his Gasoline Alley. This is really hard to find. This is his layout of Gasoline Alley, which I was lucky enough to find on for like $50, so I immediately scooped it up. So this is the Sunday comic strips for Gasoline Alley. For this one is Walton Skeezix. I believe there was some type of copyright. You can also get this, and these are easier to find. Dark Horse put out a collection too, but this one's easier to find. It's obviously not as good, but still has some great stuff in it. And this is more of a complete narrative of the stories. So this is volume 1. And you definitely see the influence of Frank King on Chris Ware. This stuff's so big, it's like hard to show underneath. And this is about, I haven't read all these strips, and it's been a while since I've read any of them. So one of them's Walt, and one of them's Skeezix. I imagine that looks like a Skeezix. That looks like a Walt. And, yeah. And, he's raising his kids. And also, like driving around and stuff. And that's very similar to what he's showing in here with his daughter, like driving his daughter around to school. And I was just visiting my brother and, his family. And there is a lot of just mundane, dad stuff that you definitely becomes the focus of your life. Let's take a look at volume 2. This is the Dark Horse edition. Look how gorgeous that is. Okay, I'm gonna either stop this and reorganize my look at that. I just love these scenes. It's so well balanced, and the coloring is so good. Oh, look at this one. Uncle Walt. Yeah, that's Walt. That's a Skeezix for sure. So it's just him raising his kid, like, back when there was no helicopter parents and you could get eaten by a fish. Oh wait, it was a dream. Okay, so no child protection service for you, Walt. That I love how this lightning bolt looks. Like these 3 panels are just gorgeous. Let's take a look at this giant, magnificent book. Let's see if I can even get it in. I don't know. So this is like really, really big. Let me reorganize and show it to you. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so this is the best I could do. It's on the ground. So let's take a look inside. And I believe Chris Ware did the design work on this. Let's see, is that in there? Move it over a bit. The book design is all but done by Chris Ware. And it's kind of, just really, really gorgeous. And I'm so stoked I got this for $50. It is beaten up, but, what can you do? And, so yeah, I just felt like, this was like, an homage that Chris Ware was working with, or like the framework that he was working with when he was, making those little comic strips about his daughter. And check this out. It's a little toy thing. Isn't that cool? I mean, little paper dolls. Paper dolls. Not enough paper dolls. I need a paper doll. Oh man, look at that. Just fantastic artwork. And I love these, title panels. Each one more interesting. What a great time for comic strips. Like, it was really, this period, I think this was in the 20s, early 20s. So, you had this, you had Thimble Theater, you had, I think you had, I think Hal Foster was about 10 years later. But, yeah, up till the 50s, the newspaper strip pages were just beautiful works of art in and of themselves. And I can't imagine what it must have been like for a kid to see this, especially like when movies were black and white, and you get this gorgeous color here, these really pleasant, relaxing stories that I need. I can definitely take a break from the horrors of the world, and this is a great place to take a break in, is Gasoline Alley. So yeah, I definitely really enjoyed both of those stuff. Now that I'm looking at this book, I am going to be probably reading some of this stuff, in theory. No guarantee. Oh, look how gorgeous that is. Jesus. These motherfuckers. I mean, these fluffer, these pine cone licking flappers. That's my, so I'm trying, I thought up a new curse word. It slipped my mind. But it will come, oh, look how just gorgeous that is. So creepy. Wee. Oh, skeleton. And just talking about the seasons here. There has to be another, what was it? The curse word was something. Let me think. Well, how about this? You gas. I don't know. What does this guy say? English. You English bastard! How's that? Oh wait, that one's already taken. That's not new. It's not a new That's what it was. It was something to do with whole. Like, you know, I was using the word whole, and, this is it. Because I'm looking at Gasoline Alley. You gasoline, deprived whole. Okay, well, it's a work in progress. I'm just trying to get around the restrictions on YouTube. Oh wow, look how trippy that is. Oh my god, I love this book. I'm looking at it. And I can't believe these came out every Sunday, along with like daily strips. What a workhorse. It'd be interesting to find out like how he prepared the did he have assistance with the color? Did he have a team making this? I'm sure maybe some of that is described in the beginning. But right now, I don't know if my beautiful bald head is being shown to this thing. That's not a curse word. It's just I'm describing my forehead, my baldness. Anyways, so definitely, if you have a chance to pick this book up, I highly recommend it. And also, the new Ware Datebook is also fantastic. It's a little intimidating, to see someone so talented. But it's also inspiring, and these are easier to find. So that's the episode this week. Hopefully it was enlightening, and you're not being a pine cone licking hole.